Well, a very good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome back to Players Pawn and Snooker Lounge here in Newcastle on Lyme. It is the last 16 Saturday evening. We have done all the double elimination matches. We have seen players come through the winner's side, and players have battled their way back into the tournament, where the 8 players that won through the winner's side meet the 8 qualifiers from the losers section. Winner of tonight's matches will make it through to the quarterfinals tomorrow morning. And what a draw for Rob Wharne, who was brilliant in coming through the winner's side of the draw. And his reward for doing so, I think, is probably the worst draw of them all in terms of Craig Waddingham, who has been one of the best players around for the last few months. And it's a race to 12, 70 minutes on the clock. Simon Webb and Tony Holgate with you on commentary. There's Craig Waddingham with the opportunity at the table. I can tell you our 3 games that we're going to focus on from the last 16. We'll see Craig Waddingham, who's won, that's a poor shot from Craig, who's won 2 Pro Series titles recently, been a fantastic player of late against Rob Wharne. And then we will see Tom Jones, who has been electric coming through the field this weekend, came through the winner's side. He's going to take on Josh Kane, who's come through the loser's side to make it through. And then the final match of the night, we'll see Declan the Destroyer Brennan taking on Callum Singleton, 2 Northern Irish teammates, 2 good friends, and they're going to be battling it out to round out our night. Also, we'll be keeping an eye on the other 5 games, some of which we are waiting for matches, because there are actually still matches going on in the losers section, and there are players waiting for them, but the draw has been made. We'll update you with that as we're going through. Let's get through this first frame first, and then we'll update you with everything that's going on.
Great pot there from Waddingham. This is the thing with this tournament. We kept referring to Craig Waddingham being knocked out. Well, he hasn't really been knocked out. He just got put into a different part of the draw, and he's back. And is he going to be back with a vengeance?
There's no safety nets now, though, is there? It's now time to turn up or go home, basically.
Well, this morning Rob Wharne was brilliant. Fantastic potting.
I'll run through Craig's route through to this stage just to highlight how tough it is once you make it into the loser's side. But we'll let Craig see if he can get out here first. He's overdone that positional shot, so now he's going to have a real challenge getting on his final ball.
That's a great shot. Great control from Craig.
Yeah, nicely done in the end. A slightly scratchy opening frame to this last 16 match. I think maybe, I don't know, the draw was done quite late because the matches were kind of overrunning, and maybe the players not quite knowing, maybe not quite ready to set themselves for the match. Maybe that was down to the slightly slow start, but who knows, whatever it is. Players normally are ready in the portal, ready to go at a moment's notice. But I was going to mention to you, I'd let you know how players made it through. And this is how tough it was for Craig Waddingham. He won really nice match against Jez Graham first off. Then he lost out to Tom Jones, who's been flying this week. And that sent him to the losers section. And then he had to play Chris Day, he won 8-3. Then he had to play Aaron Davies, he won 8-3. Then he had to play Greg Batten, who's been flying of late as well, and he won that one 8-4. And that got him back into the tournament. So because he lost, he had to play 3 more games in the losers' side. Did it the hard way.
These reds are very open once again. And you just think, you know, Craig got beat, obviously sent into the losers section, but he's not had close match. You know, he's 8-2, 8-3s and an 8-4. You know, looks like good practice and warm up, doesn't it, for the main event?
Just shows you how well Tom Jones played in beating him, though, in the.
Yeah, and he's still there, hanging about as well.
Yeah, I mean, we will see Tom in our next match. You know, it's brilliant what Tom Jones has been doing this weekend. But this is where it really starts to get interesting. I have to say, I do feel for Rob Wharne here. You know, played brilliantly, deserves. There are no good draws. Let's first of all start there. But I think Craig Waddingham may be the hardest draw from the losers' side simply because of what he's achieved lately. You know, he's been the. You know, Tom Cousins aside, he's been the best player on the tour for the last couple of months. Even probably bettered Tom in terms of actual record just from the small sample size of the last couple of months. You know, 2 Pro Series titles out of the last 4. You know, it's very impressive what Craig has done, and that's Rob's reward for winning through the winners' side as Craig makes it 2-0 quickly. And well, let me run you through how it's all panned out. Tom Cousins, he made it through the winner's side of the draw, and he will play the winner of Peter Mullaney and Ryan Pisani. Currently 7-6 to Ryan Pisani. We are still waiting for the winner of that match. That is a race to wait. And then, obviously, we have the match we are watching now. This is the second match. The winner of this match will play the winner of that Tom Cousins section in the quarter-finals. And then we've got Rona McCarthy, who will play Christophe Lambert or Kyle Cope. Christophe Lambert 7-5 in front of that one. Neil Raybone will play the winner of John McAllister and Dave McNamara, currently 7-4 to John McAllister. Phil Harrison will play the winner of Clayton Custodian and John Rowe, currently 5-2 to Clayton. It was 4-0 there. And then we've got Jimmy Croxton against Liam White. That's about to get underway. And then we'll see Tom Jones taking on Josh Kane. And we'll see Declan Brennan taking on Callum Singleton to round out our night. Good lineup.
Yep, exceptional.
Big hitters all the way through, really.
We can't see any other outcome than these reds are all dispatched now for Rob Wharne. Let's pop this in now and play the red length of the table, I think.
Oh, that's okay. If that red goes top left, you just pop it out the way now, wouldn't you?
Yep.
No reason not to.
Well, he's right next to it. Just to pin a kibble back a couple of inches, that's about it. And this will be first one on the board for Rob. But it's always looked to be the mouth-watering tie. When you look at the way this match, you suspect it's going to be played, and it hasn't disappointed so far. It's going to be all crash, bang, wallop.
Yeah, it's for whatever reason, Rob just ends up in absolute dish fest all the time, and you can't help but feel this is going to be that. I know the first frame was a little bit scrappy, but since then we've gone two off the break. We are going to see many, many more here in this race to 12. These are two big-time box office breaking and finishers. I think we'll see a number in the match. It's strange though, Tony. Do you have players in your era that were like that? Were you a player like that? For whatever reason, Rob seems to end up in more games like that than anybody on the tour.
Well, I would, because I had only played like that.
Yeah, but there wasn't as many people round like Rob.
No, there wasn't.
And yourself back in those days.
There was a few. You know, if Tommy Donlan, you'd have to put straight there. He would attack at any given opportunity, and what a fantastic finisher he was. You know, but there were other players. James Feely, there's a player from Scotland. He was a really good attacking player. Jason Twist. He liked to take the ball by horns, but then Jason could turn the, he could sit there and be patient as well. That's what made Jason such
really good all-rounder, wasn't he?
One
Jason?
Of the world's greats, yeah. And God rest his soul. But yeah, there was one or two. But then you also, with that, you'd have your players that just wouldn't go game at all. I used to prefer to draw them, and we'll go back to what I was saying before, I think, in an earlier match, because I know I'm going to have first go at winning the frame, because they're just going to refuse. So I did gradually open them up and push.
You can play on that a little bit, can't you?
Yeah, and now that it's changed so much, if you're not capable of taking out finishes, you're not going to be a professional player in this sport.
No.
Simple as that.
I do think there are players on the tour that are a little bit too aggressive, but the game is now aggressive. I think there are times where you just have to pull back and be patient, and I think in matches where it is going, more often than not just blow for blow, the frame that comes down to a little bit of tactical nous and a little bit of clever play, they can be the difference between winning and losing those matches. And I think there are a few that are a little bit behind in that regard, but on the whole, they're all like this, really. They just
there were players in our professional association, obviously I'm not going to name them, some of the players that I played with will know who they were, that were professional pool players that, let's just say, I won't say they couldn't pot, but they would.
But they couldn't pot.
But you wouldn't back them with one visit. You wouldn't, and they wouldn't. They knew they couldn't, or weren't able, or they just didn't have the bottle to knock in a finish without having a spare shot. So they would have been absolutely, well, they wouldn't even be playing in this era.
Different era, wasn't it? Altogether?
Absolutely, yeah.
Different puzzle, different pattern, different tactics, but all part of the kind of journey of the pool game. One big shot coming up here for Rob. His final positional shot down the table. He's got to land on the yellow, but he doesn't want to land flat on the cushion.
No. But then going back to the old game, it wasn't a good spectator sport, because you'd end up with matches. You can have 5 frames take 5 hours, which is ridiculous.
Well, the very best players at that discipline would do that on purpose.
Yeah, that's
the way to guarantee winning, wasn't it? Or certainly when they're, obviously players like you came along and tried to smash them apart. But against the majority of players, you're better off. You don't want to risk losing to try and win, so you slow it right down. Nice shot that for Rob. Absolutely ball in hand perfect. Going 2-2 here.
Yep, nice finish again. And the whacker showing his mettle, baring his teeth.
Yeah, good response to losing the opening couple of frames, that for Rob. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, you'd expect that. That's his game. But like you said, Simon, this is going to be a dish fest.
It is. It really is.
So the whacker comes to the table to break off. Frame number 5. Good control from Wacker's break there, the cue ball. Almost Kyle Cope-esque as it laser beamed in a straight line straight back to bulk. Well, normally it's sort of wayward, and his favourite pocket seems to be the top left with the cue ball for his flirtation. He made a ball, and just look how open the yellows are. For being 2-0 down only a matter of moments ago, Rob Wharne could find himself at 3-2 to the good. I think he just overrun there. He would have loved to have been on that yellow just at the bottom of the table. But for a couple of ball rolls, he would have been. He's still okay. Just have to reroute. Now he's got a very important positional shot here. I think he'll just roll this and just play for the left-hand side cushion here. Don't try and get too fancy.
Just pulls up in time.
Yeah, because he's got an angle to get around now and get that black in the centre pocket. He's got to sort of guide the cue ball through the gap of those reds there. You got the red in the middle of the table and the two on the side rail. So if you can get through that gap off the bottom and side cushion, he's tried to screw into that. What if he felt he had too much angle? But well, he has a shot at it. It's very thin into the centre. Very tough into the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, this is tricky. Whichever way he wants to go, looks like he's eyeing up the centre pocket.
Yeah, this is the, you know, if you catch this, it's easy to catch it quite thick here and hit that jaw.
Oh, very good.
That was a brilliant pot. Where's the cue ball going? Surely not.
He's okay. He's okay. Well, we mentioned this earlier on when Rob was playing, but he's got a game that backs his potting. Both of these players actually do that in that sort of style. They'll play for, you know, guaranteed shots. They'll play for giving themselves big pots. They'll always put pressure onto their potting. Whereas other players will look for that perfect pattern to make the game easier. Just sort of, I don't know what the best way to describe it, more like a slightly looser patterns to try and just guarantee shots and make it work. But Rob is so good at it, and obviously Craig's a champion at it. Craig gets underway, having lost 3 straight frames. Gives himself a really nice opportunity on the reds here.
Yeah, cue ball sailing towards that top corner. Yellow came out to help it out, and the yellow went in the pocket. See that little cannon? But it's Craig Waddingham at the table. And like you say, he's had a little rest, let's say.
Red balls in play.
And this is the sort of match you're going to see going, I think, in runs of frames here.
Yeah.
There'll be bursts like you know, Craig's got 2, then Rob's got 3 in a row. You can see Craig now get 3 in a row. It's going to swing backwards and forwards, this. But don't take your eyes off it, because it's a fascinating encounter. And now we are at a stage where the loser will be going home as well.
It's going to be tough on whoever comes up short here, because this is going to be bruising. I just feel it already. Long, long way to go, but Craig perfect here for 3-3.
Just looks so good, Craig. But then so does Rob.
Yeah.
It's one of them, isn't it? Whoever's at the table, I think, is going to win the match. It's one of them.
Well,
so it's ridiculous to say that.
It could come down to that. Who gets the most chances? Could win the match. It really could be. Okay, we've had some results, so let's do some updating.
Yes, let's have some of them.
We now know that Tom Cousins will play Ryan Pisani, who has won a deciding frame victory over Peter Mullaney. Good comeback from the big dog, who lost his first match and responded really well. Plenty of wins in there, including a very good win over Jordan Shepherd. The winner of that match, as in Tom Cousins and Ryan Pisani, will play the winner of our match here, which is 3-3. Then the second quarter of the draw, Ronan McCarthy will take on Christophe Lambert. Neil Raybone versus John McAllister. That one's an eye-catching quarter of the draw for sure. That means that Phil Harrison is playing the winner of Clayton Custodian John Rowe, currently 7-3 to Clayton. And then Jimmy Croxton is 2-1 up over Liam White. That's the third section. And then fourth section, we're going to see both matches of the fourth section. Tom Jones versus Josh Kane and Declan Brandon versus Callum Singleton.
Goes to move that red away from the yellow straight away. Great shot. I'll tell you what, he's got the angle if he wants to go and move the yellow, or the red out the way, the yellow at the bottom of the table. Can push through inside and come off the bottom red and kick that red away. He'd be on that ball as well. Saving it for later. He's going to do it now. Has to do it now. Ooh. Okay,
turn it in?
Definitely doing it now.
Yeah, I suppose just use the bottom cushion into
Third
the
time
red.
lucky, yeah.
Control, I like it. Yeah, beautiful. That's definitely,
just,
in my opinion,
block the path of the black down into his bottom right though.
He's going to take black in the centre.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the way Rob's gone there. It's so much more controllable off the bottom cushion.
Well, this is not a gimme. I'm going to hit this very slow, and we know the ball could deviate through fingerprints. Mind you, it's quite early in the match, but I've seen a couple go far jaw. But not that one.
Again, Rob backs his potting at all costs. An excellent visit to the table once again for Wacker. He's back in front. 4-3. Jimmy Croxton has edged in front over Liam White. Two good friends playing each other there. They've been doubles partners before as well. It's currently 2-1 to Jimmy.
Well, these two are getting through these frames at a rate of knots.
Yeah, we might not need the 70 minutes for this one, the way they're going. Not hanging about.
No, not even 17 minutes, and they've played 7 frames. So we're going at just over 2 minutes a frame. Not bad speed, is it?
Yeah. I was chatting to Rob after he came in and interviewed him. Oh, dry from Craig as Rob gets another chance. And we were talking about the length of the matches actually, and he was talking how he'd like to see the matches this sort of length in every tournament, and he said he thinks that we can do it because he played Cole Bedford out there and it was 12-7 or 12-8 in an hour and 10 minutes, and he said that's absolutely fine. I said, Rob, that's the exception to the rule. I said that 12-8 in an hour and 10 minutes is incredibly good. I said there's other people that are playing 3 hours for their races to 12, so you know, obviously every match that's not on the TV table isn't under a match clock, so that's why it takes longer. Rob's always been a quick player.
Let's just roll this through. It's going to be on the yellow that's loose. I think I would take the one nearest the rail now. Very nicely played.
Yeah, another one going on the Rob Wharne side of the scoreboard, 2 in front. Having lost the opening 2 frames, he's just won 5 out of 6. Just got a little step ahead in this one. Looking very sharp out there.
Somebody might say to him, are you enjoying playing this? And he'll say, I don't know, I'm playing too quick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really savouring the moment.
He's not quite playing as quick as Oli Bale was, and he was out there earlier on our last match of this afternoon session.
Yeah.
That was quite incredible, the speed he was trying to play at.
Thought he was playing slowly. Slowly Oli.
Not quite the big explosion that Rob was looking for.
Oh, it was Rob's turn to go dry. There's a couple of frames ago it was Craig, and he paid the penalty.
Yeah, I feel like a dry break at the moment is costing you 2 frames.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Interesting decision. You can take the yellow and just slide off the red into the centre and go yellows. I don't like the reds down the bottom as much as the yellows. That's why I say it that way.
Yeah.
I might just go yellows by playing this one at the bottom. Yeah, just have to bend round.
Yellow balls in play.
The problem he has is if he takes the yellows at the bottom, then the reds are the better set and he has to get them, but that kind of goes without saying in a lot of clearances you go for off the break.
Yep, nicely done. Yellow into the middle now. Probably come down for these 2 at the bottom and you leave that one on the rail till last. No?
Yeah, I could see you thinking there, for sure.
Just thinking easy position onto the black, but Craig might maybe thinking, right, well, I'm close to it now. I fancy myself, I'm backing myself to get off either of those 2 yellows there into the middle of the table for the black, and the way both of these players are queuing, who's back against them?
Yeah, and now he's got a problem. He's trying to come a little bit further across, but now that he's hampered, he's in a world of trouble.
Yeah, he might need some equipment out here as well. That's why you want Oli Bale.
Yeah, trying to pinch the pocket, but I think obviously, you can say execution error, didn't come across far enough, but I'm with you. If you go the other way around, then you guarantee your ball for the 8 ball.
Well, the way I look at it is, both these players back their potting ability. They're not scared of a pot, and if he had the cue ball, let's say, even below the middle, playing that yellow up that rail, he's going to knock it in.
Especially when all you're doing is
stop the white dead.
Yeah, all you're doing, you're like sort of dragging it in, really, aren't you? You're not doing anything with the cue ball.
Well, Rob Wharne with the opportunity here to get a 3-frame lead, and this is like the first time that any one player's sort of broke free, if you like.
Craig will have to remind himself that it's only 1 break behind, but 3 frames. As long as Rob gets these, and a long way to go. This takes Rob to the halfway mark. So, as you quite rightly said, Tony, there will be ebbs and flows in this match. Right now, Rob's riding the crest of a wave. He played a little bit like this in his last match we saw earlier on today, where he just played brilliantly for the first 8-9 frames and made a mistake, and I wouldn't say it slowed him up completely, but it certainly wasn't as free flowing after that.
In these long distance matches, at some point, not every time, there are exceptions where somebody can completely just play another planet of pool non-stop, but there will be a bump in the road for every player. It's how the opponent reacts to that bump in the road and if they take advantage. But at the moment, Rob Wharne has a smile on his face. He's chatting away to family and friends. All's happy in Rob Wharne land.
Yeah, he sort of said as much when he came in for his interview, that he's just happy in general. He's happy off the table and on the table. I'm certainly seeing that here.
Strike. Trailing 6 frames to 3.
That's a beautiful explosion. Really powerful. Not a good layout. Can't go yellows, and reds are no good. One at the bottom of the table is dead.
Red balls in play.
Craig is going to take on reds. He had that choice or play safe. Doesn't like playing safe. Not sure how he's going to solve this problem at the bottom of the table though. This is seriously tough. Asking for it to stop. I don't think he's got the angle.
Extension call.
Double in the middle, Tony. This is serious.
Yeah, lots to do here. Went to try a slow roll double into the middle. Feel he's not going to see that red again. In fact, Wacker might even go game here. It's right to go game as well. There was no real value in playing safety, trying to get ball in hand. You're only giving Craig Waddingham a chance to hump the keyboard around the table and maybe fluke that red. So you might as well take it now.
Yeah, and this is where things start to get serious for Craig Waddingham, simply because this is to break Craig's serve again. This is to go 2 ahead on the breaks and have the break in the next. Essentially, an opportunity to go 5 clear here and start to break the back of the match. Just left himself a touch on the straight side. If he goes natural, he's flicking the 8 ball. He wants to force wide of it, punch it in. Yeah, very
Brilliant
nice
shot.
Very nicely done from Rob Wharne. Good atmosphere in the club tonight, Tony. It's not as busy as it was last night, but plenty of people enjoying themselves in the bar. They got the football on. They got plenty of pool to watch. Plenty of good high quality matches. Lots of socialising going on. It's it's good atmosphere. May not translate quite on camera, but good fun being in the building today.
Yeah, I'm sure people are having a very pleasant evening out there. However, I'm stuck in here with you.
Yeah. For those wondering why I'm saying it tongue-in-cheek, we have got half an eye on the football score. Tony, very much a Manchester United fan. I used to be a Forest fan, so I'm enjoying myself in here.
Yeah, you enjoy it for the time being, mate.
Well, Rob's enjoying himself, that's for sure. Another brilliant break. A brilliant break with the teapot.
Balls in play.
Two awkward reds at the bottom of the table is the problem here for Rob.
The way he's limping up with his cue now, I thought he was about to scream the cue ball down the table. Sort of, it looked like he's winding one up.
Solves one, but he's not landed on it.
No.
Opens it up. This is tough from here. Attempted safety from Rob. He's not really got it that safe, has he? It is tight, this yellow to top right. I don't think he can get to the one over the pocket. It's not necessarily all lost here for Rob. Yeah, that's a great view.
Oof.
Great view to see how awkward that was. So Rob gets another opportunity, and look at the angle he's been left on the red to bottom left here.
Can move it.
Played on it.
Oh, what a shot.
That is brilliant. Not just playing on it, but you've got to play on it. You've got to land almost plumb straight to be able to get on the last red. He actually might be half a turn out and struggle to get on this red.
If he's half turn, he could smash it in. Come off the top rail.
Like this.
Similar to that.
Oh, that's a great effort.
Can he double it? Is there room to go past?
It's tight, isn't it? It's tight on the 8 ball. Yeah. Digging pretty hard here, Rob. No good, so 2 chances have gone. Chance for Craig to start to build himself back into this match. He's lost 7 of 8 frames. all simple stuff for him to get another one on the board and
much needed.
Start to build, back into this match. Very much needed. Goes the 8 ball. It was 7-4. Craig breaks next. He could really do with a break clearance just to change the story out there. The way things are going. The only other match with any score lines right now, Jimmy Croxton started at the same time as this one. Jimmy Croxton 5-2 in front of Liam White. Two really good friends playing each other there. Tom Cousins and Ryan Pisani. Brendan McCarthy, Christophe Lambert, Neil Raybone, John McAllister, all about to get going or have just got going. And the only other match that's still live in the losers qualification, Clayton Castaldi cannot get over the line against John Rowe. 7-4 is the score right now. Just can't quite finish off the ringer, who is clinging on with Phil Harrison waiting for the winner of that match.
Craig Waddingham's break. Try 7 frames to 4.
Cracking break there from Waddingham.
Yeah, this time the layout's delightful. Go both ways here, fairly comfortably. If the yellow passes the red to left centre, I like yellows here. Fairly routine, and it does. But you can certainly make a case for reds, but I just think yellows connections are perfect. Craig is going to go reds. How do you see that one? I thought it was an interesting decision.
Red ball's in play.
Again, you said it yourself. You can make a case for reds.
There's no issues on reds at all.
No, I think because all the work that Craig's got to do is on the right-hand side of the table. The black slides past the yellow at the bottom. I just think he's got less movement of the white.
Well, the reason I thought yellows because you go top left and then you go left centre with the one it clearly past the red, and then you're pretty simple in on the one to bottom left and right centre, one above the 8 ball and 8 ball. So I sort of just saw the connections really quickly. But then let's say there is no issues whatsoever. The simplest connections on the reds as well. Clean, easy, not moved the cue ball, has he? It's just been simple.
Well, a simple black ball for Craig Waddingham. And in it goes. Another frame for the Silver Sniper.
Now back within 2 then. Things have tightened up. Rob still has the advantage though. And a good layout here. Love to have a nice comfy red to get into the visit. I think reds are fairly routine, but his first shot might be just sending the cue ball a little bit loose. Oh no, he can get through to the straight one top. It's absolutely fine, in fact. There you go. Reds are now nice.
Red ball's in play.
Just track across and try and get back on a similar line to the one he's on now, and it's frame over. All very natural.
Wants to be a bit more heavy than that, does it?
Yeah, that's a little bit loose. Oh, does it go?
I think it just sneaks past.
And that wasn't about that shot, that was the shot before being loose, and it does just sneak by.
Gone near draw. We've seen these drop earlier today.
Not this time though.
Phil Harrison-esque.
Big error from Rob. That was pretty routine from where he was. 3-4 out. It's not a guaranteed counter, is it? The yellow on the top cushion. Got to get that out of the way, then get an angle on another yellow to get on the yellow on the right-hand side. It's all a bit fiddly. Could just take the double now on the yellow on the right. It'll make the double, you should win the frame, but he's going to leave it. That's okay. Craig will be very happy with that. I think he thought he'd missed that for a second.
I did as well.
And straight towards Rob as well. And we're back within one. We're actually back on serve here. It's a little 3-frame burst from Craig Waddingham.
Mike. 7 frames to 6.
Well, still half an hour to go in this one. And just the one in it. Could go either way. But the man in red still trails by the odd frame, and the dry break is going to hurt him. Quite a big moment. Rob 5 away. Craig at the halfway mark, 6 away. Just in terms of momentum right now on Craig's side, an opportunity here for Rob on the Craig break. And he's just taken a few extra seconds on this just to work out how he wants to go about it. You feel a big visit for Rob to get back on, having won 7 out of 8 frames. He's just lost 3.
It's been such a high quality game. Can't take your eyes off it for a second. Oh,
He's taken his eye off that one.
hit the post.
Definitely hit the post. I think you can only assume that he was holding on the red on the left-hand side. It looks tight, but you don't really want to be on. You want the angle on that red, so there's no reason to hold the way he has. Certainly wasn't risking. It wasn't worth the risk of missing the pot because he was just trying to pinch it. Not sure if Craig's gone far enough. The reaction tells us he hasn't.
I don't think he has, because that yellow's just away from the rail, and I think what Craig can see is just the rail and just a tiny smidgen of that yellow, which is not going to get the job done. It has to be cushion first and clip it down the rail, and hopefully he can bring the cubel out far enough so he can see the yellow that's nearest to black.
That's how close he is. Only needed to just turn one more half.
Got it. It's played out well, and he can see that yellow now next to the black, so he's back in with a chance.
Yeah, that was a good recovery. Just accepted what he had, didn't he? Didn't try and do too much.
Super pot and great position. Great shot there from Craig Waddingham. So he's dug himself back out of a ditch. He doesn't mind these sort of shots. And then it goes clean as a whistle. We are going to be all square. This is a good show of character here from Craig Waddingham.
Yeah, good response, all square. And just under half an hour to go. A lot of pool to be played here. Exciting match here on the main feature table. This is the last 16 of the Pro Cup for a place in tomorrow's quarter-finals. Very little movement in the other matches as we look around. Tom Cousins has won the opener against Ryan Pisani. Christophe Lambert has won the opening 3 against Rona McCarthy. John McAllister and Neil Rayburn have shared the opening 2 frames. Phil Harrison and Clayton Custodi are still playing the first frame. And Jimmy Croxton and Liam White have slowed up. I think they've been in frame 9 for quite a long time. Tactical affair, you would feel. That means there are just 2 more games to go on in the last 16. Tom Jones and Josh Kane, Declan Brennan and Callum Singleton. And we will see both of those games tonight. Really nice Saturday night lineup for you. Some of the new breed going at it.
A nod of acknowledgement that he didn't make a ball. Sort of saying, yeah, that's about right. That's about my form at the moment in this match. It's what he said. The old bump in the road has come for Rob.
I feel like it's just that one shot, wasn't it, where he came down too far, had to use the yellow to play on the 8 ball, and it just got in the way. It sort of changed the whole momentum of this match.
Yeah, and then a dry break. That's all it takes.
giving a player like Craig Waddingham encouragement, isn't it? And he's certainly happy with that. Happy to have it. Craig Waddingham back in front for the first time since 2-0 or 2-1. He won the opening 2 frames.
And the game spun on its head.
Yeah, you called it though. Just little, right at the beginning of the match, you said, you know, we'll see this one running. Just little peaks of momentum. You know, a little burst here, a little burst there. And right now, Craig Waddingham is the man that is having a little burst. How long will it last for? And can Rob change the momentum and swing it back? This is where I think the advantage of winning really plays into Craig's hands. You know,
absolutely.
He's already won on the tour 3 times now. He's won recently 2 of the last 4 tournaments he's won. You know, whereas Rob's still looking for his breakthrough. You know, when it gets tighter, I think that plays more. Not the best of explosions this time.
No, it's that little cluster in the middle that didn't move there, the red, yellow, black.
I think you would like that red just to not pop up as much. It's not terrible, but just if it stops half the distance away from the cushion, it's just easier to connect these all together at the bottom and then get back up to the top where the 8 ball still goes bottom left. I think that red's just a little fiddly now. But if he drops this in and tries to get level with the red, that would be perfect. Could even use the yellow that's directly above the cue ball, not the one he's queuing over, but the one above that, as a nice little guide.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's nice. And that will do. That cannon's no problem. All very well worked from Rob here. Once he lost 5 straight frames, that's come to an end.
Yeah, stop the rot there. And a good little finish from Wacker.
8-8. Both players need 4. This is really good. A really enjoyable match. Everything we'd expect from a race to 12 between two of the best around. And this is just the last 16 game. This is for a place in the quarterfinals. It's been bruising. It's a good job neither of these guys need to play again tonight. Whoever wins it is going to need a
good lie down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mentally tiring, fatigue sets in these sort of situations in these matches. If you have to play more than one this evening, well, I guess that would be a match too far.
See Rob just scanning the table. What's he got? How's he working out? Not sure he's got much on in terms of potting from where he is. Thin clip at the top of the table. Maybe a dinky one for the one he's next to. I don't think he's got anything else. Yeah, scratching his head. Goes for the plant and the developing shot. That's excellent. But is he on the next ball?
I don't think he is. Can he just rub him behind this red little snooker? I think that's his only shot.
We know that Rob just does not like playing safe. But
no, he's left him. I think he's left him a shot at that yellow into the top left.
It's win the frame or lose the frame, though.
Well, I think Craig would rather have a shot at this than have to be playing from right behind it.
That is true. I'm with you there.
Oh, that's a great shot there. No room for error with that.
Yeah, no
full-blooded.
No thoughts of floating this in and giving the pocket every chance. It's just, I'm going to hammer it in, punch the cue ball into a perfect position and have a good chance.
Such a good pot.
And now, that little snooker that went wrong from Rob now plays big, doesn't it? Now you're like, well, could have done better.
The tiny little things, the small margins of error, that's between winning and losing a frame. But you've got to give this man a big round of applause because that was an incredible shot.
Yeah, it took a great shot to make that tiny mistake from Rob feel big.
But we are talking like he's already won the frame. Of course he hasn't just yet.
No, but he's in absolute prime position to win the frame.
If you knock in that yellow he's knocked in from the bottom of the table, then you'd expect to knock these in with your eyes shut. Another long pot though for Craig. This time he's got his hand on a table.
So he just left a really awkward angle. He's just going to pull back for the same pocket. Yeah, same pocket. No real problems.
Potting exhibition here this evening. Fantastic. Really impressive stuff there from Craig Waddingham. I mean, that first yellow was monstrous. But he still had to follow it up. And that he did.
Yeah.
Rob Wharne now be thinking, why didn't I not get him right behind that red?
Yeah, he's hoping. Because that was on his break as well. He's hoping for an opportunity now on Craig's. He doesn't want to go too behind, especially with the way he was riding that momentum earlier on. Had an opportunity to stretch and didn't take it. 20 minutes left in this one. Still a one score game. Cue ball all the way. That's very, very unlucky for Craig. Very unlucky indeed.
Just kept going, didn't it?
Yeah, he knew pretty early, and that is very harsh. So one yellow to deal with here for Rob.
Yellow ball's in play.
Not immediately obvious how he's going to do that. Or was he trying to get a little bit straighter on yellow off yellow? He still tried it, but that's no good.
No, he didn't want that bump on that red. He was trying to just go past the red and flick that yellow away that's over the top of the red over the bag.
I wonder whether he'd consider the 3-ball plant instead of that, but if he slides by that red and gets the little bump cannon on the yellow, then he's on the red. He bumped in a better position, so this frame is very much in the balance. This frame could be huge. Chance. Not great though. What does he do? I think he can pot the red nearest the pocket, that's why I said chance. Maybe he can't. But then he'd still, even if he could, where's he going? He's got nowhere. Oh, he's a little fortunate there. That was an aggressive play, trying to play red off yellow, open everything up, and deal with the 8-ball at the same time, and to not leave anything kind on here.
Going to get squeezed in the draw here, though.
All the best. Oh, he's left a gap. Oh, he's left it plumb. He's left it absolutely plumb here. Red into the corner, into the red and yellow together, stay on the other one. And I think the 8-ball squeezes in. That's a loose shot from Rob Wharne.
Well, unbelievable. Craig pinches his frame. Picked Rob Warren's pocket. But again, it's 2 safety shots that have cost Rob. 2 safety shots in 2 frames.
Yeah. And it's a 2-frame game because of it. Waddingham still has the momentum. He needs it to turn around if Rob Wharne wants to try and change this one. He needs one more swing. Craig Waddingham is 2 away from a place in the quarterfinals, where he would play the winner of Ryan Pisani and Tom Cousins, where it is currently 4-0 to the number 1 player. Tom Cousins up to a flyer, as is Christophe Lambert. 6-1 in front of Ronan McCarthy is Christophe, who was very poor yesterday, but he certainly found some form today, having fought his way all the way through the loser's side of the draw. John McAllister's 4-1 up over Neil Raybone. Phil Harrison and Clayton Gastaldi are 1-1. Jimmy Croxton is 8-4 in front of Liam White.
10 frames to 8.
Oh, 2 reds off the break.
It's not wide open, is it? It's not what he wanted. Yes, he's made a couple, but he's working hard here on this finish. Well, he's not, because he's missed the first ball trying to open things up. A little bit more manageable at the top of the table now. Still the yellow and red together at the bottom. It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
I was hoping for better than that. Such a big moment in the match. He's got a natural angle to deal with the yellow on the right-hand side, though. Tough shot. And he'll take that. It's not absolutely perfect, but he'll take it. He had a quick look to see if he should take this yellow long. I think he should. Could go left centre, one up the top. You won't get better on it than this, will you?
And this will put Craig on the hill should he get these 2 balls.
With the break as well.
Yeah.
Amazing turnaround in this match. Really has been.
Was it 7-3? 6? It's certainly 6. I think it was 7, wasn't it?
I think it was 7-2. Wasn't it? I think. 7-3 at least. Yeah, it was amazing turnaround.
Rob
yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it was 7-3, and Rob had the chance to go 8-3, and then, well, no, it's as you see it. Brilliant turnaround. Obviously, it was 2-0 Craig as well. Rob won 7 out of 8. Craig's now done a similar scenario.
Yeah, shaking the head there from Rob Wharne. Has Wacker run his race?
Frames to 8.
Well, he'll get back to the table as we're dry breaking here from Craig Waddingham. 13:06 left. Tee shot to open everything up.
Thought he'd have played that firmer.
The way he's played that tells me that he thought that the Reds were a plant, but I don't think they are. But he's not on them anyway. The Reds gone in the way and blocked it, so he's not on anything. Oh, that was clever. That was clever.
Good shot.
What a shot that is.
Great shot.
Well, should get out now. This will be an incredible visit to the table from where he was 2 shots ago. Brilliant this from Rob Wharne. Out of the tournament if he doesn't get out here. And he comes up with this absolute beauty of a finish.
Still going. 11-9.
This is so clever. That's absolutely top draw. Fantastic from Rob Wharne.
First one. That's break. Trailer. 9 frames still up.
Needs to break clearance here, put the pressure on to Craig Waddingham, and it's a disaster. A disaster for Rob Wharne.
Time running.
Yeah, especially when you make a ball early, you're kind of eyeing up the table, thinking, right, what have I got? And then they track in the cue ball, and it goes. Craig Waddingham gets an opportunity to win this match and book his place in the quarterfinals of the Pro Cup.
Yellow balls in play.
Not guaranteed to get out here as we go into the final 10 minutes. That yellow at the top of the table in the 8 ball, awkward enough. And it is for the victory, the hardest frame to win.
Nicely played into the middle there. Well executed shot. Now then. Ball up the rail. Lovely pot. And now I think you can just run this in and the black will go into the centre.
It's quite a long way from the centre, but you'd want to be right behind it. But could play into it the way he's queuing up. Oh, he could play past it. Wow, he had just enough angle, and then he gets it wrong. Hope here for Rob Wharne. What a mistake from Craig Waddingham. Wow, he almost decelled on that one, didn't he? It was a strange bit of queuing for a player normally so assured with his queuing. Rob has to make sure here, put the pressure on to Craig Waddingham's next break. he play on the double? Or does he come back round to get on the 8 ball? Plays on the 8 ball in the centre, and that's no good.
Can he clip a bit of it and double it back? Cross double back into the left-hand middle? Oh!
Wow, what a shot that is. Wowee. There's me thinking he can't even see it. He can double it. That's brilliant, and what a moment for Rob. Now, this is the biggest moment for Craig Waddingham in the match coming up right now, especially after the mistake where he knows he should have already won this match. This is the miss. Tries to screw past the 8 ball. Sort of just decelled a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
If it goes to a deciding frame, Rob will have the break. So this is the moment for Craig Waddingham. Frame 22.
Great split. Has he got a ball?
And he's dry. The opportunity is there for the whacker. We're deep into the back end of the match. And it's still just 1 in it. That 8 ball's gone almost to exactly the same position as the last frame.
Nice little shot there.
And these will connect. Just has to be mindful because it's not easy, but the connections are there.
Dribble into the middle.
Yeah, we're going the distance. Great reverse clearance from Rob Wharne on the back of the double in the previous frame that wins it. What a golden opportunity that Craig Waddingham has given away here. And now all he can do is sit and hope. Sit and hope that Rob Wharne does not find a break finish. The momentum has swung back the whacker's way. Big break coming up then for the whacker.
Final frame. Rob Wharne to break. 11 frames all.
Needs a ball. Can't be dry. That cannot be dry.
It's dry.
Oh, it's a heartbreaking break for Rob Wharne. That was massive. He gave that everything. And Craig Waddingham gets another opportunity to win the match.
Extension call.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a shot.
What a beautiful shot. Now, he can't get close to his next shot, but that was the ball that he needed to land on.
Yeah, just drop this in and play that one that's over the bag. Well, it's nearly over the bag, let's say.
Yeah, it's not just the pot here. If he catches this thin and the cue ball misses the red, he could land on nothing again. Such a delicate, tough shot, this one. If he makes the pot and hits the red full in the face, you feel like he's won. He misses the pot, trying to hold it, trying to use the red. He misses it thick, and the whacker gets a chance to win the match. 2 reds at the top are a problem. The red does it past the yellow to bottom right, if not short side position required. They all go, but it's not easy, and it's not easy under these circumstances.
Nice position there, though, from the whacker. Got on his awkward red, it goes in the middle. Like you say, it's the 2 reds next to the black. Now can he just run this into the middle, bring the cue ball out, just past where the red is now, leave himself an angle to get on those 2. He doesn't want to be hampered. He's got a slight angle.
Yeah, I think he's got a nice angle, but I think he has to punch it rather than roll it.
Ooh.
And in punching it, if he'd stopped the other side of the yellow, he just floats it in.
Yeah,
it's so much easier. Now,
does he risk going off the bottom rail into the black?
I think he has to.
Yeah, but you've got to be careful. You don't pot this and knock the black in as well.
You've got to get cushion first, haven't you? Got to get into it.
He's played it so well.
Beautiful shot from Whacker. He's 2 balls away from a quarter-final. And a simple 8-ball.
What a match.
What a match.
What a match.
Match of the tournament there. What a brilliant match. We said it would be a bruising encounter. It absolutely was. The swings in momentum that we saw in that match. Both players had really big rides of that momentum, and Whacker just turned it around at the right time. He edges out victory. He goes into the quarterfinals.